Hello and welcome to the Vita Weekly Update that covers the Sony Computer Entertainment Japan Asia Conference. Wow, that's a long name. Anyway, there's a lot of news this week, so let's jump right into it. Sony has announced a new model of the PlayStation Vita. The new model is only in Japan for the time being, will be lighter and thinner, comes in 6 colours, has an LCD screen instead of an OLED screen, 1GB of internal storage for physical game saves, uses a micro USB port, and removes a mystery expansion slot. The price will remain exactly the same in Japan. The new model will release on the 10th of next month. The new model will also have several limited edition bundles, with Gundam Breaker on the 31st of next month, God Eater 2 on the 14th of November, and eventual Final Fantasy X-X2 and Danganronpa Reload bundles. Also of note is that Japan will not only be receiving the new memory card price cut, there will also be a new 64GB memory card for the original price of the 32GB memory card. The new memory card will also be released on the 10th of next month. No details for other regions. Soul Sacrifice Delta has been announced as a reworking of the original Soul Sacrifice game with new gameplay elements, new content, and reworked systems. The game will also be able to import save data from the original Soul Sacrifice. It will be released in March 2014 in Japan, with Soul Sacrifice 2 also teased to be coming in early 2015. Phantasy Star Nova was announced, which appears to be a single-player or co-op game based around the universe of Phantasy Star Online 2. The game is being developed by Tri-Ace and will be released sometime in 2014. Love Live! School Idol Paradise, a rhythm game based off the anime with a similar name, was announced this week as well. The game will be released spring 2014 in Japan. 2 Tecmo Koei games got quick preview logos this week. Both Kagero Darkside Princess and Samurai Warriors 4 had quick logos shown on screen at the Sony conference. No other details given except that Samurai Warriors 4 will be released in early 2014. Also shown was a Danganronpa trailer. Danganronpa Another Episode is an action game that takes place between Danganronpa 1 and 2. At the end of the very brief trailer, Danganronpa 3 is also teased. No dates for either. There are a lot more Otome games this week, with 2 new games in the Hakuki series, 1 new game in the Diabolical Lovers series, and 2 new games in the Amnesia V series. A special bundle will pack one of the Hakuki and one of the Amnesia games together as well. No details outside of Japan. Puella Magi Madoka Magica The Battle Pentagram is coming to the Vita sometime next year. It appears to be a form of 3D battle game based around the anime series of the same name. No details for outside of Japan. Disgaea 4 Return, an upgraded port of the PS3 game of the same name, will be released in Japan on Vita on the 30th of January, as revealed in a quick teaser trailer from NIS. No details for outside of Japan. Natural Doctrine, a strategy RPG, has been announced to be in development for PS3, PS4 and PS Vita in Japan. The game will be released on the 22nd of February in Japan with no dates for outside. Pavilion, a 4th-person exploratory experience, was quickly announced on a highlight reel shown in the Sony conference. The game will be released on Vita and PS4 in spring sometime next year in Japan. Over My Dead Body 2, an RPG that's been teased over the past several months, has received screenshots, a teaser site and trailer, and a rough date of summer 2014 for Japan. And finally, the big one. The Vita TV, a standalone $100 TV box that can play physical and digital Vita games, digital PSP and PS1 games, extend remote play for the PS4 from one room in a house to another, and also stream media through online streaming methods, will be released in Japan on the 14th of November. The box will be available for 9,480 yen standalone, around $100, or in a bundle with an 8GB memory card and DualShock 3 for 14,280 yen, or $150. There are no plans to bring the Vita TV to the United States or Europe. And one last little bit of news for American Vita owners, Real Boxing will be out next week. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, share the video around if you liked it. I hope this has made up for some of the poor efforts made last week. I apologise for that. See you next week.